It's your boy, your host, 619 behind the mic. I'm here with, introduce yourself.
Y'all know it's Sun God Ra, aka Sun God once again. Raw application of art. That's how we do it. East Coast baby, but we keep it shining on the West Coast.
He's a DMV artist too, not to mention he's a DMV artist. He's a music producer, he's a songwriter, he's all these things. And my first question for you today would be, how would you describe your music to someone that's never heard it before?
You know, for me, I feel like the biggest thing I want to encapsulate is have that soulful essence. You know, whether it be some boom bap drums or some trappy upbeat, something more catchy, more modern. You know, I feel like I want to capture my roots, which is like the 90s boom bap essence, but you want to be modern with the times, get something, you know, these people vibe.
Crossroads, let's get into that one.
Oh man, that's
Crossroads, Dizzy Wright.
Man.
How did that come together? Give us a little something about that.
Fun fact, I've been listening to Dizzy Wright since I was about 16 in high school. I remember the first project I listened to was The Roaring Process.
Okay.
And then it followed State of Mind. And pretty much since then, just listen to him, keep up his catalog, keep up him on social media, Instagram, Twitter. The first time I saw him was House of Blues back in 2019, so right before everything kind of closed down. Saw him there. One of the best shows I've been to since. And since then, that's when I really like kind of kept up with him. Beginning of 2020, I hit him up and, you know, just pretty much through email, chop up his brand Still Moving, and, you know, just going back and forth and sent him the track. Initially, I wanted him to do a chord. I wanted to just do the hook. Just come something simple. So then, a couple weeks later, I didn't hear anything back. They sent me the track back. I heard a full-blown verse. I was like, yo, this show, he smoked this thing. It's like, bro, I was like, and it took me back to listening to him at 16. So for me, it's like, I feel like that was something I've always manifested. I've always known that at least someone I was gonna listen to that I grew up listening to, whether it was an Absolute or it was a Kendrick, something like a Dizzy Wright, to where he pushes his brand independently, which is something I'm always drawn to. He keeps it honest with his fans, whether it's through something smart or something just chill, smoke to. And, you know, just keeping up in touch with him. They felt the connection with the track. After that, everything was said and done, they said they really liked it. Diz was really proud to work with me, so I really feel like that was a good moment for me to just get my foot going. And that was only 2 years ago. Since then,
So it's something that you manifested, that you put out into the universe. And where can people find this track right here?
Oh, you can find it everywhere. You can find it on Spotify, you can find it on Tidal, Amazon, Apple Music, YouTube. I would love, which was a music video. We had chopped up about that to shoot, but I never manifested. But you can find the track on all streaming platforms, whatever your music is.
You're also a producer, you know, so I listened to the Absolute. So is that like one of many, or do you have like more hidden gems, you know, locked up in the vault that you're gonna get into, put out more?
So I can be back and forth in my catalog. So I love that track. That was cooked up, honestly, early 2022. I decided to just kind of get out the catalog, release it, and initially it was going to be on my next beat tape, Raw Tremendous 2. But I decided to kind of leave it as a single because the direction I'm at now, I'll put it this way. As soon as this one comes out, I can't give a date, but it will come out this winter.
So something you can look forward to.
But I'll tell you right now, as far as everything passes, like, everything's an upgrade for this point.
4-course meal, short and sweets. Okay, you got 2 projects right there.
Yes, sir.
What can you tell us about those projects?
4-course meal EP that came out February 2023, day after my birthday, February 24th. So day after my birthday. Quick 4-track EP, and 3 tracks I produced. The other track that has a music video that just came out, Columbia Pike. Which produced by my buddy Derek Larson, Vinyl Club, and that project is just to the grit, raw, that straight boom bap hip hop style I love, and just kind of keep it, like I said, the modern essence. You gotta keep the times, but keep knowing your roots. And then short and sweet, you know, that project just dropped back in June, and man, that it's probably one of my favorite projects, honestly. It's mainly because it's something different. I did it with my shout out to my friend Aria down in Chula Vista. She's a great artist, very diverse as well. And I feel like we connected on that. Through 6 tracks, all different producers. Some styles I've done, some styles completely left field for me, but I feel like if you're gonna grow as an artist, you have to test your limits and you have to step outside the box and create something of your own. But once again, those projects came out this year. You can find them all platforms as well. But yeah, like I said, everything for this one force upgrade. So
But do you have like a favorite song you like to perform off both of those projects?
um,
Or like someone that's the most requested that they ask you like, okay, perform this one.
I would say either from Four Course Meal, probably Black Sheep.
Okay.
And then
Dope.
from Short and Sweet, it kind of goes back and forth between Schools in Session or Smooth and Swift. We actually, me and Ari performed that long before we released the project, and we got great reception. So I feel like that was what we knew we had to kind of do that.
Being a music producer, man, we're in, like in the music, doing everything that you do, being a songwriter, producer, it's sometimes hard. So where does your inspiration come from? You know, from like putting so much together, so much art. You know, because everybody can't say they're a music producer.
Well, if you're into reading, I highly request, and if you're a producer, artist, or anybody that's creative, read Dilettante. It's one of the most eclectic books that I've read. Just finished it. Probably the first book I've ever shed a tear, and you know, something like that, reading inspirations from artists and producers I looked up to. Whether it's a Jay Dilla, a Ninth Wonder, a Madlib, a DJ Premier, Pete Rock. Ironically, those are my top 5 producers that ever asked me. But just keeping up with, you know, delving into different topics, reading, experiencing life, and understanding that it's okay to have blocks, but don't push yourself to create if you don't feel it. Like step back at times, let life absorb life, come back to it. It could be a whole new muse, a whole new spring. So I feel like that's for me. That's the best way to get inspiration. It's like when I feel it, I'm in the mode. I keep going. It's once I hit that wall, I have to stop because if I keep going, then I'm either gonna burn out, crash, lose the idea, or just force the inspiration, which I don't want.
That's some good words of wisdom, way to look at it. You know, that's dope. So for all you producers out there, listen to Raw, get that book he's talking about.
Hey, Dilettante, great book.
Dilettante.
It's only like $20-25 on Amazon. Great Christmas gift.
There you have it. So, what's the difference between DMV hip hop and Dago hip hop? Is there like a big difference? So, what separates them both?
I will say the community aspect is a lot more large over here than the DMV.
Okay.
Being that's where I'm from, it's a lot more underground. It's a lot more. It's definitely more on the trappier side over here. You know, we got the more West Coast side, trappier side, hip hop, but definitely there's more communities, more venue spots. Like back in DMV, unfortunately, they're closing more venues than they're opening up. People over there feel like if you're on a rise, you're just clousing into your head, your ego. It's like, nah, you gotta support. You gotta support. You know, someone on your team or that's not on your team that you feel inspiration from. Like that hate's not gonna get you anywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta open up. You gotta shed that skin. That's just like, yo, like, fuck all that shit. Let's do this. Let's do it together. Like it's not that hard.
Okay, so do you feel hip hop right nowadays is declining, or is it uphill, downhill? What is your opinion on this?
That's a tough question because I can easily say this year has been somewhat of a revival for the underground in terms of the undergrounds could be the more present form. Because you look articles this year, you see so sales are declining, artists can't tour much anymore, or when they do tour, it's just like a reception. Just like I feel like the state of mainstream hip hop is on the decline, but when you look at the underground, as far as what's being started, what's being done from grassroots stuff to different forms of doing things for the artists, like you look like an artist like the Russell, who's great independently and has his own platform known through even to where you pretty much put your project up and pay to share, pay for what you feel, to buy it. And that kind of gives an artist more comfort, like a more homey feel to, I can own a piece of your catalog. I can come to your show for this amount of price. I can pay wherever you feel, like a kind of like a donation base, but you're still supporting the artist. And I feel like that side of hip hop is what keeps it propelling. So overall, I feel like it's progressing.
As an independent artist, do you want to sign a record deal or stay dependent, or what's your plans for the future for that?
Currently, I'm not signed, but I am through. My music is released through an independent label called Underground Universal. They're based in San Francisco.
Dope.
It's been about going on a full year. We just kind of merged together just beginning of this year, January. Going forward, I've thought about it. You know, I really want to kind of focus more on have a publicist, have a manager going forward. Really, just kind of get myself going further beyond just California, or even just Northern California. There's Arizona, there's Nevada. There's plenty of places around where I feel I can tap into. So going forward, I feel like I'm not opposed to still being like an independent label or a mainstream label. I've been around some of those people. I've tested those waters with a couple Sony executives actually earlier in my career. I feel like doing something like that early on kind of show me it's not for the lighthearted artists.
Okay.
But it's not for the inexperienced artists. I feel like once you have the experience and you feel like if it's necessary, then yes. I feel like, you know, if the option is there, then yes, I would take it. But I'm reading every part of that contract. That's one thing I'm not like any other artist. I'll read that contract. If they don't want me to do that,
Yeah,
that's not meant to be.
yeah, dope. So I have a lyric right here. See if you're probably gonna know it, but let me see. It says, "Remember those nights we were living in one bed, apartments." Give us something about that.
So that's actually where I grew up. One area I grew up in, Columbia Pike. It's in Arlington, Virginia. So literally, it's a one-bedroom apartment. My brother just was there a couple weeks ago for his birthday, and it brought back memories. So, you know, it's a place where I grew up, where it was right by DC, tough neighborhood, gang related. Police always driving by, so I had to take into the count of the blessings that I had, but it wasn't much. Even going forward, when I get those moments again, so like, I know I had to give people like, you know, taste of what I remember, you know, but through an honest depiction, just kind of short, raw, like how the track is.
Oh, was that a track you produced?
No, that was a track that Derek Larson produced. The only track on Four Horsemen I didn't produce, but I mean, it still slaps.
2020, California. So when I almost lost my brother at the hand of a weapon. What is that about? Give us a little insight, deeper story into that lyric right there.
So I can't give the full insight of that story. Okay. Some details I told for personal reasons I had to leave out. But there was a situation that my brother had dealt with somebody he was staying with. They accused him of doing something, and then the next day, a friend of the person who accused him rolled up on him like tweaking out, just kind of crazy stuff. And Billy just kind of rolled up with a gun, and my brother told me, I remember vividly, he said he pulled up, he shot, and he said he felt the bullet ring past his ear. So
was it something in the DMV, or was it here?
No, this is in LA.
In LA?
This is my brother was living in LA.
Okay, damn.
So it was definitely shocking to hear. The time of it happening wasn't great, obviously, just because of prior things that just happened in my family. You know, like I said, like my name is RAA, you know, they have to be all open up, raw, honest, even the bad times are hard to face. It happened. My brother's still here, thank God. Which ironically, he's actually getting married next month. So I helped with that.
Congrats to him. Congratulations to him. That's dope. So, with everything that you talk about in your music and everything that you go through, being a music producer, songwriter, and everything. So, how do you balance like your mental health? You know, if it's like dealing with also like social media, because how do you deal with all of it together and be still able to put out music for the people?
Well, I say the biggest thing, honestly, for your mental health sometimes is take a break from social media. Step away, put the phone down, get off everything that just consumes your time, get out, read a book, go for a walk, go for a hike. Like, nature is the biggest medicine for me in terms of unwinding. Yeah, mental health thing, it's like that. It's a daily battle. You have to admit sometimes you're not okay. Admit when you need help. Admit when it's okay to see a therapist. There's no shame in any of that stuff. So, between that and you try to pursue a music career, you feel deeply, you know, I feel deeply. It can be a struggle at times. There's no shame in admitting it, but you have to know when to balance. Hey, I'm so hard on the grind. I'm so hard consistent, and then some days I'm okay to have a self-care day. I can reward myself. There's no shame in myself. So understand it's okay to treat yourself. Just don't be gluttonous, and it's okay to be consistent. Just don't wear yourself thin. always keep yourself on that balance. Always keep the balance.
What are your future plans? What future plans do you have, like, future projects you're coming out, any EPs, something that we should know of that you don't want to tell us that you have to tell us?
Oh no, I'll be open. I can be open. Just to wrap up this year, I've been silent since the short and sweet EP drop.
Okay.
I've dropped one freestyle, Living Proof, which was my DJ premiere. Came out back in August. Video shot by Doctor Productions. Great guy, great visual. First time working with him. Great guy. But going forward, like I mentioned, Instrumentals 2 is coming out sometime this winter. But as far as actual music, beat tapes, actually do have a couple freestyles coming up. And once it's to the Drake project, there's one song that's either everybody's favorite or it's just like, they wanted more of that kind of style.
Okay.
It's the 8 a.m. in Charlotte, so I got a freestyle to that coming soon.
Okay, sounds dope.
And another freestyle is by one of my favorite producers, which is to kind of honor 50 years of hip hop by Mad Dog. So we got another freestyle by him. And then around December, I will be dropping a little 3-track EP. I can't get the title just yet. But around December, definitely before Christmas. I've already have 2 tracks recorded, just gonna be like number recorded soon, probably next couple of weeks. And then after that, I've already started production of my debut album. That's definitely my main focus for 2023. I already have some artwork in, concepts with visuals. We're just writing every day, work on production every day, all self-titled. Tossing around a couple title ideas. I just wanted this project to build more conceptually, not push anything. Other than that, keep pushing these visuals. Potentially have a couple shows coming up. In November, actually, potentially. I can't confirm it because I can't say. I don't want to say it now, but I can manifest it right now.
Okay. Any shows in November?
There's 2. This show, I want to say, is the 29th, Onyx, aiming to get on that show. And then there's a show right after that, which this one will definitely be a great mark for my career. It's with Sky Zoo, Blue and Exile, the holding company, and that's going to be a great show.
What advice can you give to like a younger artist that is trying to be in your position, be like a singer, be a rapper, artist, producer? It's not a trade. It's not something you just learn overnight. Something that takes time.
Exactly.
So what advice would you give someone that's trying to be like raw, trying to be like you?
First and foremost, I feel like kind of parlay off of that. Like, be you. Honestly, be yourself. Draw the inspiration. First and foremost, it's okay if people don't believe you. If people think you're crazy going off starting, you're probably on the right path. But to go forward, understand there's gonna be days where you feel like you're gonna lose the inspiration. There's gonna be days where you feel like you're not getting the respect you deserve.
Yeah.
Even when you are seeing results on the social media stats, like, don't get so caught up in the numbers and the likes and stuff, but push that honest art and keep connected with artists that you can learn from. It's business-minded people that can teach their music, the business side of music, that can help you propel further when you go in situations that they can easily rob you, they can easily take you for your artist integrity, your everything you value as an artist. Going forward, like, understand it's okay to waver, but just stay on your path. Understand your sound, your lane. Don't ride the trends. Don't do it for clout. Do it for what you believe in. If it's for that stuff, then hey, that's for you. But be honest with your work. Be honest with what you do, and people will thrive on that. Will flock to that because they see you.
Yeah, because it can be tough, especially today nowadays with social media. There's so much going on in today's world.
It's tough.
People living on social media now. Try to get those clicks, try to do all of that. You got to stay true to yourself, true to what you do, and keep pushing. And man right here, he's got the best advice. So listen to him, follow his page, follow his journey, what he's doing. and everything. Where can we all follow you?
You can find me everywhere at RAA MC. That's RAA EMCEE. It's the Ra's MC in San Diego. That's how we do it, baby. DMV for life, and keep it shining on the West Coast.
So from the DMV to the West Coast, we here, baby. Since when I'm behind the mic, we here. With Raw. Let's get it, and that's the end. That's all y'all get. For the next one, y'all gonna have to tap in. But for now, this is all y'all gonna get.
Hey,
So that's it. Since when I'm behind the mic, David's got heat here at Black Box. Let's get it. That's all. See y'all later in the next episode.
Yeah.